Hey lads, Alcoholics Unanimous here. To preface, I'm still going to be doing my normal videos, this isn't a replacement for it. I've had the idea for about a year now to start a podcast, and now that I've finished uni, I've got more time on my hands, I figured, why not now? Time and time again, you see pointless podcasts where boring people talk about stuff that doesn't matter, but do it unironically. We are doing the exact same thing, but ironically. I'm joined by my boy, Roy Lacoaster. I've got gameplay for whoever's actually watching it instead of listening to it in the background whilst doing literally anything else. And yeah, without further ado, please enjoy listening to the Nothing of Value podcast. Alright. First episode of a brand new podcast.
You're saying this with such enthusiasm.
Shut the fuck up.
Fucking hell.
I got nothing better to say. Like, oh, hey guys, welcome to the Alpha Male podcast where we're going to tell you everything on how to definitely get women. Just ignore the...
First, buy our crypto.
Oh, yeah.
It's Alpha G crypto coin, and get loads of money. It's not a rug pull, we swear.
Oh, yeah, obviously. We're also sponsored by... I was going to think of something funny, but alas, there's nothing
This
funny
is off to
here.
a great fucking start.
Shut the fuck up.
Other than you. Ooh.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm already creatively bankrupt. Yeah, let's start a podcast and immediately forget anything we're going to say or talk about.
Right, fuck it, I'll start. Because we're probably going to have to cut all of this out. Okay. So, welcome to the Nothing of Value podcast. Yeah. I'm fucking Roy Lacoaster. This is
Alcoholics Unanimous.
Fucking Alcoholics Unanimous. Fucking hell, what a name. Yeah, and today we're going to waste an hour of your time with absolute drivel, with probably some shitty gameplay footage that we didn't even play over it. So, yeah, hope you enjoy.
Yeah, exactly. Are you drinking anything at the moment?
No, I'm not. I had some water.
Oh,
I'm high on life.
Well, I mean, I've got a knockoff Corona from Aldi. It's called Carista. Mexican-style lager.
Oh, thrilling.
Yeah, once the money starts rolling in, we can finally get actual good product. We don't have to rely on Aldi knockoff own brand stuff.
No way. I'm saving that money. I'm buying all the knockoff stuff.
Yeah, fair enough. So, what's the main thing that we've, that's quite big, is we've just finished university. But the road to getting there hasn't been so smooth. Do we want to actually talk about, the
funding gate, as I've been calling it.
Sorry? A funding gate.
Funding gate.
Oh my god.
There's nothing fun about it, I can tell you that much, sir. Okay, we'll do a little interlude on it. We'll do a little interlude.
Yeah, exactly. So, like...
How do I describe 2 months of hell in a 15-minute segment?
Yeah, exactly.
I'll let you have a crack of it, and I'll fill in any blanks.
Okay, alright. To be fair, where do we even start with this? Okay, so... We should start off, obviously, with a bit of context. Context-wise, over the last 2 years, we've been making small short films, but this year, our final year, we have to make one big short film. We get to have the idea ourselves, we get to choose our own crew, we also get our own personal budget. That's the important part right there.
Another thing got to chime in here is that you got to decide what you did with your budget for the film. It wasn't like you had to give it to one project. You could put it where you wanted to and choose what you did with it.
Yeah, exactly. For us, we only worked on one project, so we gave over say gave over, we pledged our money to one project, but say if you were working on two, you could say, oh, okay, well, this one I'm working on with you guys, you've already got a lot of people pledging a lot of money, it'll be fine, but this one needs a bit, is a little understaffed, it needs a bit more money, I'm going to give 200 there and 100 to this one. Just for example. But,
Yeah.
yeah, so...
So,
Oh, okay, no,
wait,
go on.
maybe I should take this.
Sorry.
Okay. So, we all given 300 quid, as Tom just said. Shit, fucking Alcoholics Unanimous just said you have to bleep that
Don't
out.
worry, it's fine. I don't care. It's only like first name basis.
Oh, fair. And so I am assistant producer on this film as well as director. So I want to get this film into as many fucking film festivals as possible, right?
Right.
And for those of you who don't know, film festivals are quite expensive to enter. So I'm keeping my money because we were over budget. I'm keeping my money for festivals to put them in as many as possible. And this is fine. I've told everyone about this. Everyone knows what I'm doing on the project, how it's going. And then suddenly it gets to we've shot the film. This is about early April. It's in the can. We're editing it.
Wait, sorry. Just to interrupt, I think we still need to explain like the kind of how we got into trouble about the budget beforehand. Like, I think like before we even started shooting. Like, I think we need
Okay,
to...
and by we mean thee,
Okay.
in the sense of you, because you asked a stupid question,
Yeah, okay.
which
Right,
I said at the time was fucking stupid, and you shouldn't have asked it. But
okay.
go now, tell the audience what
Yeah.
you did.
No worries, that's fine. So, obviously, making a short film. We're making a short film with one of our other mates. It's a short film. It's a kind of existential comedy about clowns. Let's just say, comedy is kind of... It's not really a comedy.
It's I would say because this person might be listening because they are a good friend of ours, and it turned from a comedy beforehand into a humorous drama.
Yes, okay,
And
that's a
not
good way
my
of
cup
saying
of
it.
tea, but popular with other people. As I've said to them before, I've said it to their face. To be honest, I said rather more brutal thoughts about the film to their face as well. So
You
because about it, I just
you told them to their face it was dire.
yeah. I mean, you know what? It has its merits, its angles. I was rather depressed that day, so we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Okay, so going back to that. We didn't like the direction the script was going in, so we decided that we would make our own proof of concept where we were supposed to do a practice shoot anyway, but it was you, me, like a couple other people, but like most of the crew didn't show up, and neither did the director. But he knew we were doing that and would have come if he wasn't busy that day. But we do a practice run of the script of the short film we're supposed to be doing, but we also did a run through of the script that we made, which is literally word for word, but add in a couple more jokes. We do that.
Literally lighten it up to make a few more, just to make it funnier.
Yeah, exactly. Because one of the main things at the time was it had to be more than 5 minutes, and we were wondering oh shit, are we actually going to be able to get it above 5 minutes? So we were like, okay, we'll add in some extra jokes to kind of pad the time out a bit.
Oh yeah, this is also the thing.
Yeah.
He made this for second year. He made this film before on like a slightly different script, and it was really funny. It was like a laugh every 10 seconds, like really tight and well done.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
when we signed up, he's like, "Yeah, I'm doing a remake with all this budget to it." I'm like, "Oh my goodness, this is going to be working on this. Is going to be fantastic. 15 minutes of great comedy." And then we get there, and he's like, "What if I turned it into a drama?" And my heart was broken because it's like I love comedy. I love writing, working on comedies, and this was going to be so good, and it went in a different direction I was not expecting.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I won't say it missed the mark because, you know, a few people did actually quite enjoy it, and I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's objectively a bad film because, by God, there could be absolutely, it could have gone a lot worse, and there are a lot worse films that have come out of the university. But
I can't even bother to watch the other ones because I just know they're going to be shit.
oh no, they really are. They're bad. They're probably not going to watch this anyway. Rat King Society, that one. Oh god, that is absolutely terrible. I'm pretty sure I said before, there have been more entertaining short films made by year nines with an iPad. No, this is better. Made by year nines, filmed on their iPads, doing a recreation of Macbeth for English than this film is. Oh, I can't even like.
Is this the one that went like £2 grand over budget?
No, I don't actually know which one that is. Uh, which is a shame because I'd really love to see how that's even
Oh yeah.
possible. Because that's I don't
Now,
even I don't understand
there
how.
was a
Yeah.
film. It had 15 members of cast. Now everyone gets £300, so 300
Mm.
times 15, a lot of money.
Is this
And they
for the
went
one?
2 grand over budget.
Oh right, that's the one that went over budget. I know there was a short film that had just shy of 30 members of crew on it. I don't think it was that
Yes,
one,
it's like
but
no, I could have sworn it was that one. Well, it was one with a lot of people and they went over budget.
I think that there was one with a lot of people on it, but I don't think it was the big one. But sorry. Regardless, we're going completely off topic here. So, okay, going back to us making that proof of concept, we showed it to the director because we've been banging on about how we'd like to suggest some script changes. We never said, oh yeah, you know, we never made it out that this is a mutiny. We're going to change the script whether you like it or not. It's like we like the old version of the script. Do you think you'd want to, maybe want to make some changes?
Just make it more of a comedy, just to bring it back to its roots. Now,
Exactly.
bear in mind that the reason why we are being this bold is not only like, do we feel like, we're being professional, you've got to get your ideas out there, but also we are good friends with this person. We're talking like the pub or other places multiple times a week before our exams. I've known the guy for 8 years, so we're on a very close personal level. This is not just like a colleague, this is a good friend.
Yeah, exactly. Like the week before we even showed him this, he was literally over at our house playing fucking Wii Party with us.
Love we pied.
Yeah, exactly. We all do. But yeah.
We
So,
all do, we.
hey, but shut the fuck up, please. I beg. But
Never.
uh, but yeah, we've done this film. Quickly put an edit together. Showed him. He didn't like it. It's whatever. He didn't say like it was bad, but he said it just wasn't the direction he wanted to take it in. Never mind. That's okay.
No, he did actually say it was awful.
Okay, but like it was.
Was it shit? He used awful or shit. One of those words.
Yeah, I think he was just exaggerating a bit because that's just his.
It's what mates do.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah,
that is the
exactly.
level of matedom we're at. Matedom, is that a word? It's a word now.
Okay, well, we know what you mean, but we do that. And another thing to preface before is that my car was going to be used a lot more for the production. Beforehand, we had a big actor. Well, I say big, but like big for a university short film that was going to be working
We
on
won't
it.
say his name, but he was
Yeah,
in a Harry Potter film,
yeah,
so as a
exactly.
main character.
Main character's a bit of a push, but okay, well,
He was a villain. He was the main villain in one of the Harry Potter films.
okay,
So that's all we'll say.
Okay, all right, but I was supposed to be picking him up. We'd already agreed on this, but this time the car needed a service. Uh, Very expensive, and then, but this was on the day of one of the production meetings. Show up to the production meeting next week, and the plans have been changed. They're actually going to arrange for someone else to pick him up. And, obviously I'm like, whoa, hang on a minute. This wasn't discussed with me. The plan was I was supposed to be taking him over myself. And they said, yeah, we did.
Wait, you forgot the key point that you
Yeah,
asked
wait, I'm getting to that.
me,
I'm
and
getting to
I said
that.
it's a stupid idea, but asked the producer. Because you got to be, you had this before you found out,
Yeah, sorry.
and again, you asked to keep the what was left of the budget to go towards your
No,
service of your car.
no. Let me get my shit off first. But yeah, going back to that.
Fuck off.
No. Basically, I asked because my car was supposed to be playing a much larger role. I asked beforehand, do you think I could use the remainder of my personal budget to go towards my car? Simply because I thought it was going to be playing a much larger role. I'm not asking them to completely pay off my entire car service. I just wanted what was left of my own budget to go towards my car. And I never said I was going to do this. I asked the director if that was okay. I don't know whether he said yes or no. I can't remember. It was probably a maybe. But anyway, we show him, just him, the film we made, and I spoke to him about the budget for my car, have our production meeting, and go home. And then, what was it? Literally, the next day, we get a email from our head of year asking for a meeting with you, me, and my housemate about just having a nice little meeting, just them. And we were like,
Well, no, they wouldn't tell us what it was. I
yeah,
emailed them multiple
exactly.
times, and I had to miss a one-to-one tutoring thing
Yeah,
for this meeting.
yeah, exactly. Because they
And
wouldn't
they
say
would
what
not.
it
I
was.
asked them what is it, and they wouldn't put it down in writing.
Yeah, exactly. So that off to a good start, clearly. But we had this meeting, and we were accused of. I can't remember exactly what it was, but we were basically accused of bullying, bullying the director, trying to take over the short film, and me specifically fraud, because multiple people complained, and it was all shit that was taken out of context. So, the fraud thing, someone thought that I was asking for allocated budget to go towards my car to pay it off in full. Someone thought that we were trying to take over the project with that short film concept we made. And then, to top it all off, someone thought we were bullying our mate. Your mate of
A
8
good mate
years.
of near a decade.
Yeah, exactly. And we literally had to fucking explain, like, first of all, everything you listed is taken out of context and misinformation at worst. And number two, we literally had this bloke over our house last week playing on the Wii with us. You're barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah, it literally because the teachers are being because they have to be. They're being quite accusational. They've got to get to the bottom of it and not show any bias.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we were literally and we said he was round here not but a few days ago playing video games, and our friend is disabled, so his parents have to drive him
Yeah.
everywhere. So it's not like he felt like bullied to come round. He had to drive from the other side of the city to here specifically to play the Wii with us. So yeah,
Yeah, I know.
as soon as we told them that, they were like, "Oh no, this is," and they just instantly stopped and went, "Oh yeah, no, that's fine." And also, when I said because assistant producer, I was like, I had to manage the money and like see where it was going.
Yeah.
And Tom came to me and asked the question. I went, "No, this is stupid." But ask the producer and my co-director, who was our mate, because they'll at the end of the day, they need to decide over me because I manage the money. I don't spend the money.
Yeah.
And
To be
and I
fair,
said to the teachers,
I
"How
thought
can
it
you
was,
get in
yeah,
trouble for asking a question?"
yeah, because
And
I
they were like,
think,
"Oh no, but you should know better." It's like that's why you ask a question to learn. We're at university. We're not in the industry yet.
yeah,
You've
exactly.
got to be able to ask some questions.
Yeah, because the way I saw it, I thought it was a valid business expense because I thought I was going to be using my car more often and have to have it in good working condition for this film. And considering that I would need it in tip-top condition to work on the film, that sounds like something that could be used as a business expense. It's it's not
Which is
fraud.
valid
It's
enough.
yeah. It's being opportunistic as opposed to being a thief. The thing
Yeah,
is,
I
I
mean,
didn't.
again,
Yeah, I didn't.
officially, as my
Yeah,
position as assistant producer, it was a stupid fucking question to ask, but you
yeah,
should be allowed to ask a question.
yeah. Exactly. And at that point, I still hadn't even received my budget yet. Everyone else did, apart from
Yeah.
me, and they were like, "Yeah, we want to know what you've done with your money." My brother in Christ, I don't even have it yet.
Oh, that was so dumb. But it gets worse. It gets worse.
Oh
Don't
yeah,
worry. Do you mind
definitely.
if I take over from here? Because
Please,
this
absolutely.
more relates to me.
I will cut in if need be, but yeah, the floor is yours, my friend.
Brilliant. Okay, so first off, just before we get to the main meat and potatoes of this, so as you can tell, the uni does not like people wasting money. And so me and the part of the crew, we decided that for catering, we hired out a room with like a microwave and an oven. We were going to buy some ingredients from Aldi or some ready meals and have some like cheap food on the go to save money. Because the more money we save, the more money we have for festivals. That is the end goal there, right?
Of course.
And so this is all good. It's going well. And then everyone agrees with this. And our producer, we found out he's not the nicest of fellows, but at the time he's very timid. He didn't really come in much. So
Yeah,
we've come up with
exactly.
this idea for it, and he's had no complaints the previous week that he was in when we came up with this idea. And then suddenly, on the day with the car incident thing, where where fucking alcoholics, I'm just going to call you Unanimous,
You can call me
where
Tom. I don't
Unanimous
care.
right, where Tom fucking found out he wasn't driving anymore. Suddenly it's like, oh no, we're going to get catering in, and it's like, well, what? Why wasn't this discussed with me? I'm assistant producer, and it's just
Assistant
like, oh
producer,
no,
co-director.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
doing this, co-director. So perhaps the second, not to toot my own horn, the second to third most important person on set,
Yeah.
you know,
Exactly. Yeah.
So I should have been informed about this. But fair enough. They spent £200 on this ridiculous catering when we could have done the same job for about
50 quid.
20, £30, 50 at a
Yeah.
push,
Yeah.
50 at a push.
Exactly. Yeah, they literally decided. Oh, you know what? That sounds really cost effective. Everything else, but how about we disregard that? Go to a mid-ass cafe down the road, and put £200 behind, kind of behind the bar, to get some very expensive sandwiches that we could have made there
And
for a fraction of the price.
I know, and literally, I had to look over all the accounts, and it shocked me some of the money they spent.
Hold
I
on,
mean,
wait, hang on.
I,
I've still got that list of.
okay, whilst you get those receipts up,
Oh,
like I will start explaining the meat and potatoes. So it was shocking. Like they bought some gifts for the actor. Now the money is justified, but I feel like again they bought like champagne and chocolates.
Yeah.
You could have got like cheaper champagne and cheaper chocolates and got him like two bottles and two boxes of chocolates for you know a value for money. I know that's what I prefer, but the guy's an actor. He's used to like a bit of the finer life, and he didn't take a fee, so he did deserve it. It's just I personally would have been a bit more thrifty with it, again, considering we need money for festivals.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so now onto the
Oh, wait,
main
wait, wait, hold on,
course.
hold on, hold
That
on.
was just an amuse bouche. Oh,
Yeah, hold on. Sorry, just to correct the amount spent on lunch. It was actually only £80. Well, 80.95.
£80.
Yeah.
You'd be forgetting snacks as well.
Oh Christ, yeah. But I
Yeah,
spent 50 quid on snacks as well, and with the like kind of
yeah.
platter they arranged, I was like, really? That was 50 quid?
I know
Because it,
they went ham with the money.
yeah,
Oh, and
no.
this is the worst part. No, I'll
Oh,
come.
go on.
No, actually, I'll come to that when we go to the budget
Yeah.
bit of like
Okay.
figuring it out.
Yeah, of
So
course.
okay, so films in the can, everything's going well. You know, we're just doing it. I managed to keep my 300 quid for festivals. I'm starting to formulate a plan of where to use that money. And, you know, and from the start, I've been saying to everyone, festivals are my job. Because again, as not only as assistant producer, but as co-director, I have the greatest vested interest in getting this film into festivals because it's my film. Well,
Yeah,
mine and
exactly.
film, you know. Oh shit, you have
Don't
to
worry,
censor that out.
that's fine.
Uh, so mine and the other guy's film, and it just makes sense. I mean, everyone basically agreed, you know, and had no complaints. I was very open about this. So
Yeah.
then my producer comes to me and he says, "Oh, hey, do you have you sent your money over?" And I tell him, "No, I'm keeping the money for this. I've got to keep it for this. I don't want it getting lost or anything because this is festival money. Because other people were supposed to give more money and we budgeted everything out and it was fine. And then he started being a little bit of a dick towards me, but
A
nothing
little.
too bad. But I no, at the start, it was just a bit passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Bit it's been a bit of a wanker, but you know, I was like, it's understandable. It's exam season. I know that's the only reason why you're being stressy. You know, we'll be professional from now on. And I helped him get some of the money. I helped him get about 250 quid that was missing. But he'd sent me this number saying we'd spent like 1,300, and actually the number when he took out the stuff was only 1,100. So that was
Yeah.
dodgy. If I'd have just gone, yeah, sure, and sent him the money, then what would happen to that 200 quid that we hadn't spent?
Yeah, exactly. Because
You know?
he accounted in the money for festivals before it had even been kind of discussed. Oh yeah, we're going to apply to this one,
Yeah.
that one. We need this much. He was just like, yeah, I'm just going to ask for
And he counted it as
that
money
much.
spent,
Yeah, he counted it as money spent.
which was ridiculous. And again, I wanted to keep it because I wanted it in my hands, and he should have left it like that. And then he starts coming back to me, and like a few days later, going, "Do you have the money?" I was like, "Well, I sent over this money. That should have fixed the hole." And he's like, "No. That number I sent you was after this £150 that was sent to him." So I'm like, "Okay, that's weird, but like, I'll try and get some more money because I knew where other people were, and I was following up on this and stuff." And then things started getting weird because the numbers that he sent me and the money he'd said he'd been sent didn't add up because he was asking for £100 when he should have only needed 30. And I'm like, well, hold on, can we just confirm that you've been sent that and that that is the money that's still owed to you? And he wouldn't give me a straight answer.
Very
Like, you know,
suspicious.
no matter what I did, very suspicious. So I'm just like, whoa, what the hell? And then he starts swearing at me, not severe stuff, right?
Yeah.
But like it's going like that, and I'm like, oh, now come on, you got to act professional, right?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I'm just like, and I give him a second way out, and he's like, oh, I might leave the project for it because of the money and stuff, blah blah blah. Because I'm getting stressed. Bear in mind, if you're a producer, this is your task. You've
Yeah,
got
this
to
is your bread and
manage the
butter.
money, get the money. This is just a walk in the park, you know.
Yeah,
And again,
exactly.
I want to call him some names, but I'm like, no, we're on duty. This is a professional project.
Yeah, you have to stay civil.
I might be having to deal with him after term, right?
Yeah.
Stay civil. So we send in this really nice email. Go, look, we know you're stressed, but you've got to keep it professional. And if you do want to leave, that's fine. But you've got to send the receipts anyway because I'll have to get the money to the people. And
Yeah,
then he's just like, I'm
exactly.
not reading that. Send the money. I'm like, well, fucking no.
Yeah,
I'm not. So I
exactly.
just leave him on red.
Yeah, yeah, and
And
it
because
wasn't even like
I
anything
sorry, go
crazy.
ahead.
Yeah, yeah, it wasn't anything crazy either. It was like I think like 4 paragraphs at a push, And
Yeah.
yeah, and
Basically,
my guy, my guy goes, uh, your it's your advice is duly noted and ignored.
yeah, and I'm just like, well, this is ridiculous because I'm asking for receipts, going, the numbers you sent me don't add up. It makes no sense. Just send me the correct the receipt so I can add it all up and go, that's how much you own, confirm how much you've been sent. We're done. And when he did actually send me that later, and we'll get to that point
Oh yeah.
when we
Okay.
get to it.
Cool.
So this is like ridiculous. So I'm just like, I just leave him on red. I'm just like, I'm not dealing with it. I've told you, I'm not sending you any money until you get the receipt. Until I get the receipts, that's that. Then he messages me again, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, "Where's the money?" And I'm like, "Again, I told you, I'm not sending anything till I see the receipts." And then he's like, "Fine, I'll send them to you by Tuesday." But this is stepping over the line again. Assistant producer, assisting the producer in what he's doing, but apparently that's stepping over the line. But whatever.
See, here's sorry, can I try
The
yeah. See,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, see, here's the thing, right? Even like, I know you're obviously assistant producer, but why the fuck are the receipts not public anyway? Not like I mean public, but like, as a producer, surely it would just be in everyone's best interest to have everyone's receipt, on lock, for the entire crew anyway. So why is there an issue about showing the receipts to like everyone else? Why is it like for your eyes only?
Well, he said, "Oh, it's for sensitive information." Because no, we'll get to that. We'll get to the point after this bit, because then it gets into like the fucking receipts and shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just like sending it. I'm going, "Thank you," but he says, something like he's being really like sarky. I said, "Thank you," but there's no need to be like passive aggressive or actually. I screenshotted everything.
Yeah, exactly. See,
So if you are listening, certain producer, your unprofessional behaviour has been recorded. I had the decency to go that you were probably stressed. Sorry?
I said I very much doubt he'll be watching this.
I had the decency to go, I'm not going to report him to the teachers because it's a stressful time. The man deserves a break.
Yeah, exactly.
I believe in being nice. Okay.
Yeah,
Big man, yeah.
If you want, I can I can put some of the screenshots, like obviously with the name and that redacted. I can put that in the video just to show everyone.
Maybe, because I don't like the whole thing, but I just read the thing. I put there's no need for the attitude. But thank you. And he's like, don't be a condescending prick then. I'm just matching the attitude you've been giving throughout the whole process. And then I just put, because I said to him previously, I'm not tolerating, when he started messaging me, I'm not tolerating any more unprofessional language. I ain't dealing with this shit. Yeah. You do it again, I'm done with it. So then I just say that. And then he starts going, oh, but you tried to go behind everyone's back. Oh, I'll read exactly what he said. He said, let's not forget, you went behind everyone's back to make your own version of the script and record it to send to the tutor so you can take over the project. You want to talk about being unprofessional? What's that? So total straw man, because he knows he's been had here.
Yeah, and clearly it's very misinformed.
Very misinformed, but also, even if that was the case, it's ruthless.
Yeah.
But how is that unprofessional? Have you not heard of how ruthless Hollywood is? That is the definition of Hollywood. But again, we weren't playing like that because we like to play decently, especially with our good friend of nearly a decade.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. But yeah, and then so basically after that, he starts doing that. He said, I've seen the video, mate. And I put the answer. I said, yeah, we made the video, directing you about it. We said our critiques of the film to him as friends, and we never showed the teachers. At least I never did. I showed it just to him to get his opinion. He didn't like it, so he moved on. And then I put, this is perhaps one of the coolest things I've done. I put, anyway, I'm done with you now. Go get the money from Tom or someone else because your unprofessional manner's too much for me.
Yeah.
And then what, you block him?
Did I cut out there?
Just like
I blocked him.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was pretty mental. Basically, I still have him blocked because I wasn't dealing with that shit, and he didn't go to the teacher or anything. Because if he had, the receipts are here. Unlike you, I kept the receipts.
I was about to say, well, I mean, the receipts aren't really there. But,
Yeah. But anyway, so I just leave it. I'm really stressed about this because I like doing things properly, and I just don't get why he was being so unprofessional. And I thought, maybe did I come across as like the professional attitude came across as condescending, but like, how do you deal with when someone's being an arsehole and you can't call them an arsehole? How are you meant to deal with that? So I just went into professional mode, going, this is the thing, that's all there is. But I can see how he could get the wrong end of the stick, but he should have been the better person.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And, you know, he's the producer, you know. But anyway, yeah. So then a few days later, he messages Tom because he's going, I've got the receipts.
He can't
and Tom says,
he can't get
oh,
through
no,
to you as well, because he doesn't. I don't think he still knows it. I think he thinks that you just weren't responding. He didn't know at that point that you'd blocked him.
I think he must have figured out when it just sends the one tick that, yeah, you're blocked.
No, the one tick.
I bet you he sent like a
I think the one tick of. Actually, no. I think you're right. I'm like, if it's like with one. Like if it's just like a one-on-one thing, I think it means for 2 ticks are sent. But I know on group chats it's a 1 tick if still no one's seen it yet. But,
yeah. So it's like that, and it must have clicked to him that he has been blocked.
Yeah.
You know, I'm tempted to unblock him to see if he said anything bitchy, but I can't be fucked.
No, don't.
Yeah, I'm not giving him the satisfaction. As much as it would be just to unblock him and just go, you're a twat, block him again.
You're a bitch.
Tempt him, but no, be the bigger person, But anyway,
Exactly.
So he sends the receipts over, and I'm there adding it up, and I literally, and Tom will back me up on this, I triple checked it to be exactly precise, to the penny. The money was being overspent, that everything was spent accurate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he helped. So Tom helped me out. And again, the number he sent me there was different to the number he sent me before, which was
the number he sent was different.
Okay, now you can understand why I was concerned, because even you doing the maths again realized it didn't add up, right? Yeah. But not only that, the number he emailed us was wrong. No, the number on the new sheet was wrong, and the one he emailed us was right. And it didn't even add up to the money he said he needed. So I'm just like, how? And we confirmed with him how much money he'd been sent, how much money had been got to him.
And bear in mind,
we
literally had to, fucking claw this information out of him. He wasn't giving it straight to us. We basically had to
force him because we got him hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah.
And it was, what was it? Oh, I misplaced £13. Now, how one does misplace £13, it's been directly transferred into your bank account, I don't know. But no, these things can happen. Maybe a bank thing went wrong or whatever. But, and it just says that. So he's misplaced this £13. Yeah, something like that. And he goes, oh, yeah, no, I'll pay it back for the festival thing when the time comes. It's just, it's not fair on... cut that out.
Don't worry.
Cut that out.
You can say names. I am just going to cut it all out. Well, not cut it all out. I'm just going to censor over it.
It wasn't that. He said it's not fair to fucking the guy who still owned money for it.
Yeah, the one who...
wait,
sorry, just
so long. I'm just like...
Hold up. To make it, just to be clear, this person originally said they were going to pledge £100 to the project, but they didn't actually say that out loud. They whispered it into the producer's ear, and then they wait, sorry. Then they went back on it, decided they were only pledging £50, but then they spent over £50 on stuff like snacks, food, etc.
Ridiculous stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
That we did not need, and that is all on them.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but even then, I'm like, fine, we'll sort out. If that's the thing, I guess there's nothing in my power to stop that, But whatever, So we do that, and then we just message him because these two are friends. We're just like, our advice to you is just tell him the situation that you can't pay him back until then, and I'm sure he'll understand your mates. And he sent us back a thumbs up.
Yeah, exactly. No, 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 no,
So
no.
yeah,
Stop. Wait, no. Because obviously at this point I have to message him. I say, listen, with all due respect, it is your job as a producer to know where the money is, where it's going, and to look after it. You have lost £13. That's not my responsibility. You two are mates. I'm sure you can talk something out. And he doesn't send me a thumbs up. He replies. He does like that thing on WhatsApp where you can put an emoji on a message. He puts a thumbs up emoji on my message and doesn't send me anything afterwards.
the thing is, had he been nice and clear at the start and just cooperated, we probably would have gone, yeah, we'll help you out,
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
But he was such a dick. It's like, why would I help you now? What
Exactly.
have you done to make?
Oh, sorry, boss, you cut
I
out
think it's
there.
like literally. I would say like, why would I help you now? And we were in a position where basically this is why I was so hesitant to send him the money, because it's like if he has the money and he just wants to leave, what can stop him? Because technically there's nothing the university can do to stop us from just going, yeah, no, I've just got that money now. I'm walking away. I'm not doing festivals or anything.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
so what would to stop him just walk away? How do I know that? Of course, for legal reasons, I'm not suggesting that they are doing this.
Yeah.
It's just that we don't know that they're not. How do I know that the person that committed £100 isn't just giving £50 so they can pocket £50? Now, I'm sure they didn't, but
Yeah,
how do we know?
exactly.
That's the question.
Yeah.
And yeah, that is just shocking, really, that all of that was over him misplacing £13 and not wanting to admit it because he knew that number was wrong from the start when he was
Yeah.
telling us.
Exactly. Over what the equivalent of 2 pints.
Yeah. And I was saying, like, could he not not talk to his friend about it? But two, can he not get his hands on 13 quid to tide him until he gets his student university loan?
Yeah, exactly. And that was what, like a month away?
Not even that. It was a
Yeah, no.
few
Yeah,
weeks.
exactly. Yeah, a couple of weeks, and I don't think £13 is the difference between being completely alright and ending up on the streets or something like that.
Yeah. No, but it's absolutely bonkers that situation. That's just because, as you'll testify, I was fucking super stressed about it,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
constantly worried about it. For
Yeah, no, you
him
literally.
misplacing £13.
Yeah, because he would literally come over every time you had any kind of interaction with him, and we'd have to fucking sit down and actually kind of get the notepad up and actually kind of pre-write the messages that we were going to send to make it sound as non-hostile and as civil as it can be, while still being kind of being assertive. We'd be doing that for
And this is the thing.
hours.
I know for a fact the guy is not like that in person.
Yeah,
Like, he's a
exactly.
very timid guy. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
But it's amazing the confidence a screen gives some people. You
yeah,
know,
exactly.
it's like it boggles my mind.
Yeah, have
Anyway,
you?
that's the
Yeah,
story of producing
yeah,
fucking Nightmare.
yeah. Sorry, just going back on that. Have you seen that fucking tweet of someone? I think calling out. I can't remember if it's Mike Tyson or not Ewan McGregor, but like calling out a boxer on Twitter or something, saying that they're a bitch, and then the said boxer says, "Why don't you come say that to my face?" And the person responds to it and say, "No, I'm saying it over Twitter. If I said it to your face, you'd beat me up." The response was fair enough. It's the exact same thing here. I cannot imagine him saying that,
Absolutely.
like any of that to your face, because like obviously, I wouldn't. You're not the type of person to get in a scrap or anything, but the fact that he is so afraid to say that to your face, it
Yeah, he
speaks
literally didn't
louder than
turn up to
words.
any production meetings after that. We literally said to him one of the times, we're like, "Yo, come into class and we'll talk about this face to face, and we'll just,
Yeah, exactly. We'll
because
talk.
maybe there's some stuff lost in translation."
Yeah,
And
exactly.
he didn't come in.
Yeah, no, we literally said
So yeah,
we're gonna be in. Yeah, we literally said we're gonna be in class. If if you want, please, show up because we're gonna be showing we're gonna be showing our film, like a kind of early version of it. If you'd like, we can go over it. We can have a look at receipts and try and sort this out. And yeah, guess who was a complete no-show?
Mr. Producer.
Yeah,
a thing to add on as well.
Oh yes.
That he was saying to me all about like festival plans and
Yeah.
shit. That I've got festival plans, blah blah blah, and acting like he cared. Suddenly, right? When it's time to do, because after the exams, my co-director came to me and said, "Oh, plans for festivals," and I showed him my plans, and I'm expecting, and I'm dreading this, going, I'm going to have to work with the producer over the summer to deal with festivals and stuff. But I'm like, be professional, deal with it. Then it turns out that before my co-director talked to me about it, he talked to the producer about it, and he said, "Oh yeah, no, freaking Roy's doing that."
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, Brochus
That was
immediately folded under no pressure.
Yeah. So what the fuck was that about? Ah!
Yeah, Bro wants money for the festivals, and then the second the festivals show up, it's like, oh yeah, I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah, would he not put it in his exam because it was like quite close to the time, you know?
Exactly.
And why didn't you say, all right, then you're doing festivals then?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I think you just cut out again, mate.
Oh, all I said was fucking hell.
Right. Yeah, no, that's fucking insane. I want to know what his
So we've
thing looked like, his portfolio for this thing actually looks like because of that.
Oh, I would love to see his portfolio. I would pay money to see his portfolio.
Oh, yeah. So, see, when we were at college, we had to upload our portfolios on OneDrive, and because it was a shared thing that everyone put their portfolio on there, you could have a look at everyone else's, and I fucking loved going through them because there was some where I was like, oh, you know what, this is actually really well put together. I could learn a couple things from this for my next portfolio. And there were some of them where it was like, yes, graphic design is my passion, and it's the worst fucking thing I've ever seen. Like, someone was using a background of like a cityscape in Overcast, and was using grey text on it with no background, no stroke on it. Literally just fucking blends it into the background. And there were fucking text boxes that hadn't been filled in, so there were parts where it said "enter text here." Like a fucking meme that, like one of those fucking memes where it's just a picture of Peter Griffin or something. It says something at the top, and then at the bottom it says "bottom text."
Fucking brilliant.
Oh god.
Peter,
The
horse is here.
Oh,
Dun dun.
speaking of Family Guy.
Right, speaking of Family Guy, we should move on to the next section. Do you want to introduce it or me?
I'll introduce it. Roy, what really grinds your gears?
I'll tell you what really grinds my gears. The state of the gaming industry, and just one, how expensive every game is now, and two, how shit most AAA games are.
Okay. Very interesting. Care to elaborate?
Okay, so born in the early 2000s, so was Tom.
Yeah.
And, gaming back then, it just seemed like it kept getting better year on year. I was lucky enough to be a kid during what I consider the golden age of gaming, about 2007 to about 2013. that I believe is when the best games are coming out, good quality. I mean, we're talking Halo 3, Reach, we're talking Fallout New Vegas, and Fallout 3 as well.
Yeah.
Freaking Eternal Sonata, Far Cry 2, Far Cry 3, and just like loads of great racing games, loads of great Gears of War. I mean, the list goes on. Freaking Ace Combat 6, a brilliant game in my opinion. Just there's so many great games that came out during that time period.
Yeah.
And then I look at now, like the past 5 years. We look at this decade. I think of Among Us, Fall Guys, which I think came out earlier in the previous decade. That's it.
No, I think
I
Fall
can't think
Guys
of a
came
single
out in
good
the
game that's come out this
2020s.
decade.
Yeah, no, to be,
Did it?
yeah, I'm pretty sure Fall Guys came
Google
out
it.
in like 2020, 21, maybe.
Oh, no, it came out in 2020.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there you go then.
Freaking Fortnite came out in 2017.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
apparently, this is a fact, and this was like from a couple years ago. 60% of the games on Steam came out 7 or more years ago. 60%. Can you imagine that back in like 2010? That 60% of the games being played came out 7 years ago? That was just wasn't a thing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, to be fair, a lot of those are going to be indie games because, like, the kind of potential reach and the software to actually make indie games has significantly improved. Obviously, not all of those indie games are going to be very good, and some games are just going to be made just to, basically be a scam or just a game poorly put together with very little content. But no, I kind of see what you mean. Like the industry, especially at the moment, very overbloated with games, and the problem is now as well, they're all competing for your time as well. Like Black Ops 6, for example, I don't know what it is, but especially with like this new either Black Ops 6 Season 3, just because of the way the prestige system works in that you get permanent unlocks by getting the battle pass and the shit that's in there. So yeah, I got the battle pass from season 1 up until season 3. Season 1 and 2 going through it absolutely fine. In this one I just cannot progress through it, and it's like I have to dedicate so much time just to get my money's worth of it, to the point where it's like I've like literally earlier today, before we headed out for a walk, I've been playing that since about midday up until you came and got me, and I'd made almost zero progress, and it's only got like a week left, and I'm like, just because I feel like I'm first of all not gonna finish it, but second of all, I'd much rather just be going in between different games like Halo, Minecraft, Space Marine 2, just kind of playing a couple games over the course of the day and just having a good time. But I'm like, no, I feel like I'm forced to play this game that at the moment I'm just not really enjoying. Just because I feel like I need to finish this battle pass just to get my money's back. But yeah, no, it's...
And that's what I hate about modern gaming. Everything has a fucking battle pass.
Yeah.
You don't want to play the battle pass. It's not like you get like a game like Black Ops 2, right? You get the 360, you put the disc in, you play for an hour or two, you turn off the console, that's done. Now, because this is the thing, I only got an Xbox One late last year. I just stuck to the 360
you borrowed
and PC
mine.
because I borrowed some.
Yeah.
And I was using it, and when you put in a game, even a 360 game, it's like, yeah, I need to download shit for this.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry?
That was an issue before. Like, even when
I got it for the first time, my dad was like, what the fuck is wrong with it? What do you mean it has to download? If it has to download off of it, why not just sell games as USB sticks as opposed to discs? Because then it'll be pre-downloaded
Exactly.
on there. Literally all you have to do is just plug in and play.
I know. I'm sure, and that's why so many people are doing retro games. You look at the 360, the market for that. that's going up. Like your old games are worth a bit now because
Yeah.
there's better games on there, and two, there's no faff. If you don't have any internet, it's fine. Do you have electricity? Yes. Plug it in, have a good time.
Do you have
That's all you need.
Do you have electricity? Optional.
Yeah. Don't worry, there's a potato in the garden. Just plug the Xbox into that, you'll be fine.
Did you ever get one of those potato alarm clock sets?
You know what? I think I did, or I got something similar.
Yeah.
Like being, like I think it's safe to say we're both middle class. I'm lower middle
Yeah.
class. You're middle,
Yeah.
upper to middle class,
Yeah.
right? So for some reason, when you're middle class in England, when you're about 8 years old, parents and family members get you like knockoff science sets,
Yeah.
chemistry kits, and shit like that. Like make your own bottle rocket.
Yeah.
And what happens to those is that you put them away in your room and you
forget
do not
about
touch them until you throw them away 10 years later.
Yeah. I tell you what though,
Because I get it, it's like,
wait, sorry. The ones I always got around to using were those make your own crystal ones, where they basically just gave you salt, like dye, and you literally just put a shitload of salt in water with some dye in it, and then just like left it on top of your fridge for like several weeks, and then you'd have this sick fucking purple or green crystal afterwards. It was fucking sick. I love those. If I got fucking gifted
again,
one
it's like,
tomorrow, I'd absolutely make one of those.
I know what to get you for your moving present then.
Yeah.
Fucking salt crystal.
Oh, let's go. Yeah, sorry, you were gonna say.
The thing is, now that I'm like in my like early 20s, I'd actually quite like to make a bottle rocket. I have the patience for that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you buy it for your kids because you're like, oh no, that's sick. Let's buy that for little Timmy. But little Timmy, he's 12. He does not want to make a bottle rocket. That's boring. He wants to play the Xbox.
Yeah, he wants to play Fortnite.
That is the fact of life. Yeah, just get him a video game. Get him a bottle rocket when he turns 18 and just like try to hit something with it. Don't do that. Legal reasons, do not use a bottle rocket to hit anything.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking give them Fortnite points when they're 12. Get them a bottle rocket when they're 18.
Speaking of makeshift fireworks, have you seen people? There's like on the internet, or they get like Roman candles, which are the ones that like they're like a wand, that, like shoot out like a rocket every like 2 seconds for like half a minute.
Oh yeah.
They're having battles with them in the back streets of London and elsewhere, and people are getting
hurt.
hurt.
Fucking firework you
What
up,
did they think was going to happen? Expelliarmus, yeah. Or my Mandem a Gryffindor.
My Mandem fucking Ravenclaw. Yeah, the Harry Potter
around here is getting well Expelliarmus.
Yeah, the Harry Potter quizzes are coming back as well. Which Harry Potter house are you and your gang?
Yeah.
I heard MS-13. Is it Hufflepuff?
Oh, I am not making comments on MS-13. I do not want to be shanked by them.
My guy, I don't even think they're like actually in the UK anyway. I'm like,
who knows?
I'm 99% sure they operate out of the US and shit like that. But oh dear, that's bad, isn't it? Yeah, but only only threaten make-believe gangs.
I heard there's a gang called F&F up in London called, I think it stands for Family Not Friends or something like that.
Yeah.
But also, if you've ever been to Tesco, their clothing brand is called F&F.
Oh my god, Illuminati.
Do they know that? Did they take it from Tesco? Or like what? That's my question.
Friends and family guy.
Hey, Peter. Eh.
Hey Peter, check out my new electric wheelchair.
Yeah, you should put Happy Wheels gameplay over this.
Oh God, no. I don't know if it's even like free on computer anyway. I'll probably just put fucking Call
Now,
of
Happy Wheels,
Duty
you
on
can
it.
play it. I'm going to Google it. I'm going to play Happy Wheels right now whilst I talk to you.
Oh dear.
It's free. It's like an online flash game.
Oh really? I didn't realise that. Oh, 'cause I know
You don't even need a mouse for it.
don't even need a mouse for it.
Oh, fucking hell. It's so loud. Ow.
I could just fucking imagine you were
Yes.
fucking writhing in pain.
There we go. I muted it. Nice.
So anyway.
So yeah, now I'm playing Happy Wheels.
With that out of the way, you know what really grinds my gears, just this week exclusively? Brioche
Go on.
buns.
No, I like brioche buns.
Okay, alright. Please explain
You
why.
have weird things about texture.
No,
They're
no,
tasty.
it's not.
They've got a nice.
No, it's not about. It's not about the texture. It's about the fucking taste. It's a cake. Who fucking goes?
No, it's
oh, you
not
know.
a cake,
Whoa,
it's
whoa,
just
no,
a
no, no, no.
sweet
Let me get my shit off first. Who the fuck says? Oh, you know what? I got this slab of meat, cheese and bacon. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put it on a fucking birthday cake. That's wrong. And here's the other. Wait. I got more. Marie Antoinette had a very famous phrase, and it goes, when the French peasants had no food, she was informed that the peasants would like some bread. And she said, well, let them eat cake. That's wrong. She didn't say that. She said, let them eat brioche. She referred to brioche as a cake.
Did she actually say let them eat brioche?
She said let them eat brioche, but it got translated as let them eat cake, because brioche is considered a cake.
Right. Okay, this is my comment. This is my comment to this, right? Right, if you're going, oh, sugar and meat go wrong together, right? You literally put ketchup on your burger.
Ketchup's different.
So
ketchup isn't.
How is it different? It's far more sugary than a brioche.
Because ketchup actually tastes savoury. Brioche doesn't. You can make the case if for whatever reason I was stupid and said, oh, you know what would go really well with a burger? Jam. That would be a valid argument. But I'm not saying I like my burgers with jam. I like my burgers with ketchup. It is
brioche
not the same.
Isn't that sweet? It's just a slightly sweeter bun. It is a slightly sweeter bun.
And here's the other problem with it. Nowhere in restaurants actually do anything else. They all go, oh, well, everyone else is using brioche. It must be really fancy. We should use that instead. Nowhere fucking goes, oh, you know what we're going to use to put our burger in? A normal burger bun. Apart from McDonald's.
No, I agree. No. Yeah, no, this is my thing, right? I like a nice, seeded burger bun.
Yeah.
Right? I prefer that to brioche, but I can enjoy brioche. Brioche has a time and a place for a burger. Is it the case that the millennials just latched onto brioche as some fancy thing and put it in every of their expensive restaurants they made? Absolutely. It's still good, though. It's still good.
Restaurant. It's just two guys with a dream. That's literally just us, except we're making a podcast.
I mean, do I want 1 million subscribers so I can sell brioche burgers to people? Maybe.
Oh god,
Maybe
YouTuber
that's the
restaurant.
case.
Have you ever heard of this restaurant called Mr. Beast Burger?
I have. Apparently it was great and there were no problems whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly. I saw them eating it on cold ones, and there definitely weren't any issues that could be... that could have been detrimental to the failure of Beast Burger. It'd be it would have been really it would have been really cool if they only hired minimum wage workers to work there instead of Mr. Beast. Yeah, it would have been
Yeah.
really, yeah, it would have been really sad if he never showed up to any of the restaurants. I was just using it as a form
No,
of
he did
passive
a
income.
promotional video in one.
Oh, yeah, just like Donald Trump. He showed up to a McDonald's once. He put the fries in the bag. And it definitely wasn't a staged thing either, because the restaurant, that McDonald's in question, was definitely open that day and wasn't closed for filming or anything.
Nah, never. No, but I mean, this is the thing. This is why, I mean, to get political, right? We're not taking sides in this election, but, well, the election that went on in America. But I think it's easy to see why he won. He was willing to do some fake ass thing in McDonald's that made people go, oh, look, he's doing the job I've done for at least only 15 minutes, but he did it, compared to his opponent, who I don't know did anything during that campaign.
Well, his opponent during that campaign was Kamala Harris, not Sleepy Joe.
No, I know, but what did she do? I from an English perspective,
She interviewed Taylor
I
Swift.
can name quite. Did she actually?
Yeah.
Oh no, celebrity! Right, if you're a politician, you're listening to this. Do not get a celebrity to endorse you. It is the worst thing you could do, right? Because everyone is poor at the moment, other than the rich celebrities. You just seem out of touch when you're like, oh, look at this celebrity. Look at my billionaire friend here. Isn't life so wonderful?
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Yeah,
you're bloody cleaning shit out of urinals.
yeah, and here's the thing as well.
The thing I had to do.
Yeah, sorry, I was going to say, if you're, if you're a politician, being interviewed by a celebrity or something, it's going to be good for people who are fans of this celebrity. They'll be like, oh, okay, they're good friends. I think I'll vote for them. And then if you have people that think, oh, I fucking hate this celebrity with a passion, but I'm kind of mixed on this politician, and you see, oh, they did an interview together. Yeah, I don't think I'll vote for them now.
It's like, have you ever seen a channel called Aussie Man Reviews?
I don't think so, but it rings a bell.
It's a really funny channel, right? So in Australia, they had an election, right?
Yeah.
And he did the Prime Minister of Australia, Anthony Albanese, did an interview with this guy from like the streaming thing, the Aussie Man Reviews, where they were in a pub and they were drinking a pint whilst he was asking him questions about government and shit.
Yeah.
That, I mean, made you think, hey, he seems like an all right guy.
Yeah.
He's just chilling with some average guy having a beer. I think that's the vibe Donald Trump gave off during that election.
Yeah,
I do not view Kamala Harris as someone I could sit down and have a beer with and have a good time with.
Yeah.
And that's why Albanese won the election in Australia and the other guy lost. He did not sit down and have a pint with someone.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I'm going to really quickly go for a piss. You can play Happy Wheels or something. I'll just cut this bit out. I've been bursting for like the last 10 minutes. Boss. Okay, back in a sec.
Nah, it's on stream. It's on stream right now.
No, I do have a bottle here.
Do it. Don't be pussy, do it.
I'm actually not going to do it. No, fuck off, you cunt.
100 likes, guys. If this video gets 100 likes, we'll piss in the next episode.
Unironically, yes. I'll piss in the next episode if it hits 100 likes. Alright, back in a sec. Rejoice, for I have returned and I have another beer.
Young man! Good for you.
Oh, okay, we're not doing that.
No. No, you monster. You monster!
You're an irredeemable monster! Duh!
What took you so long?
Idiot! Oh, so, have you seen any good films or media lately that you feel like deserves a recommendation?
I saw a film. I saw a film that I would like to complain that was rather mid, which shouldn't have been mid, and that is Mission Impossible 8. Now, I'm a huge Mission Impossible fan.
Yeah.
as Tom will attest, like I fucking watch them religiously. Number 6 is the best one in my opinion, and they were going from like really from number 3 onwards. They went better and better and better, right? And then number 7, it was a step down because the 6th one was just like the perfect movie.
Yeah.
But hey, it's fine. It was decent. It was enjoyable. It just wasn't as good. You know, I should have lowered my expectations.
Sorry, it's number 6 for one.
No, go ahead.
It's number 6 for one where there's like literally I think 5 seconds where Simon Pegg is playing Halo as a product placement. Okay, yeah, then that one's my favourite.
Yeah, of course it is. You freaking plum.
Yeah, carry on.
But yeah, no, number 7 was good. But it was the classic case of, this movie's a part 1 of 2. So all the action is in the first film, part 1, and then in part 2, it is just they talk. For like the first half of the movie, it is just them talking. And there's loads of plot points from the first half which aren't carried on into the next one, and it brought up some really interesting ideas of like AI being manipulated to trick people. That's not there in this one. They mentioned something about a cult. It's barely used, this cult or this computer. It's just there so at random points people can go, I'm going to fight you now because they've infiltrated every level of society, which was bollocks, in my opinion. And then, like, there's a point, spoilers, by the way, for anyone who does want to watch the film, because it's all right. It's better than a lot of the slop. Yeah, it's better than a lot of the slop that's coming out at the moment. That's why I think people are giving it such positive reviews. And it's a good thriller. It's just half the film was not talking. And then when they're on the submarine, it's a good bit of him on this sub going around and stuff, but it's so slow. It's not what Mission Impossible is. There's not really a timer in that scene until the very end. And it makes no sense why suddenly him entering the submarine, which has been sitting on the bottom of the ocean for like 10 years at least, is suddenly moved by him entering it. That's bollocks. But it's quite good by the end. It's quite exciting. And then there's no more action really until the very end with this great half an hour with him on a plane and everything. Great for that. Like, I did feel I got my money's worth with this final like action plane chase thing. Other than that, no, it was quite mid. There wasn't locations. Now, if they edit 7 and 8 together and make one film and cut out a lot of the crap, then it would be great. Could beat Fallout in its like level of goodness. If you just kept like the last hour, maybe hour and a half, and added it on to Mission Impossible 7.
Yeah.
That would be great. But as it stands, you'll like it if you're a fan of Mission Impossible. They say it's the last one. I think they've changed their mind on that because they've made a new crew, but it's clear that like this is like Tom Cruise's last one of him like running about and doing shit. There was less physical stunts, less running in it, and that was a disappointment to me. But I don't regret seeing it, and I might enjoy it if I saw it a second time, if I saw because I didn't see number 7 again before I saw it, so I wasn't confused. I just wasn't as invested because it literally just picks up straight after, and it's like there's not much character development in it because it takes that you remember it from the previous film. But yeah, I'd rate it a 6 out of 10. Far below the standard of Mission Impossible what it should be, but better than 99% of the shit coming out.
Yeah, sorry, I was going to say a question before you completely brush that aside. Just kind of like logic-wise. So you say there's this submarine that's been at the bottom of the sea for the last 10 years. Would it still have oxygen in it?
No, he's in like a diving suit.
Okay, alright. Yeah, never mind. I was just thinking. Yeah.
How do you think he got in there, you idiot?
No, I'm sure he got in there with a diving suit. I'm just wondering, like, if he like fucking had to take off the diving suit to like, what do you say? It moved the submarine. I thought, he probably had to take off the mask or something. But I was just wondering, would he not fucking suffocate inside it?
Yeah, like there are bits where there was no water in. But like also like there was water in some bits, which I guess is what shifted it when he opened doors. But you'd think you'd just shut the door straight after to avoid such situations. that he cannot, that happens in the film where he can't fucking get out. It just, yeah, they had a little message of Tom Cruise, like, thanked everyone for coming to the cinema, and he's like, it's our biggest adventure yet. It's like, no, it wasn't. There's 2 set pieces in this. There were like 3 in the last one, 4 in the one before that. Bollocks.
What a load of bollocks. A fucking actor that's close to retirement can't be jumping off of buildings anymore.
No, but at that point, just make one film as the last one and make it good. Don't make it a 2-parter where the first one's decent and the last one's meh. It's like Endgame and Infinity War. Infinity War, that was brilliant. That's the best Marvel film. Endgame, in my opinion, sucked. It was one of the worst Marvel films I've ever seen. Fucking time travel, going back and forth, it just undoing everything from that film. That was awful. 2-parter films, do not make your film a 2-parter. It will suck.
Oh, that's quite an interesting opinion. To be fair, I didn't think Endgame was terrible. I would not go as far to say that it's the worst Marvel film. I'm sure there are definitely Marvel films that can take that, take the crown as the worst Marvel film. At the time, even then, that...
Oh, now it's...
Yeah. Yeah, at the time, I'm sure at the time you probably thought, oh god, this is terrible, this is the worst one, and then it's like, well, by comparison now, it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I think in Marvel, passable is the new good. It's like the Thunderbolts. Everyone's going, oh, that's so good. Yeah, because it's like a 2012, not even 2012, like a 2018 Marvel film.
Yeah.
With characters you haven't heard about for 5 years.
Yeah, exactly. The problem is now is then because they've used up like all the big comic book character names. It's like now they have to do ones on the really niche ones, the ones with like less development overall, and it's like, who really cares? Because even with like let's say as a popular example, the Winter Soldier. I know nothing about him. Why should I care about an adventure he's going on with David Harbour playing himself, knockoff Black Widow, and knockoff Captain America, and I think a character from like the Marvels or something. I don't know, but the point is, these are characters I didn't really, they were kind of like not even like that important to the the kind of grand scheme of the Marvel universe before, but now you're expecting me to care about these people that I have no interest in before, and now it's like you have to have absolute interest in them, and you have to have read all the comics and watched all the films to know what this character stands for.
Yeah, and like as soon as it got to, have you watched this show? You're not going to understand this new film if you haven't watched the show. I was like, no, I'm done. I'm done with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally, it's like there's there's more than 8 different shows now. And if you haven't watched the shows, the story of the films won't make sense.
Yeah, like the same goes for games as well. Like, as an extreme example, Halo 5, to even understand how you got from Halo 4 to Halo 5, you had to read something like 9 separate books and watch a live-action television show to understand how the end of Halo 4 and how the start of Halo 5 are linked. And I didn't know that getting into it. I just go from Master Chief, saved humanity once again, to 4 people just trying to kill some Covenant dude, and only one of them I know because they were in Halo 3 ODST, but now they're a Spartan. You should not have to go into something in a pre-existing franchise and have to read a book or watch a different show to go in and understand what's happening. Like, I've actually got one of the Halo books on my bookshelf right here, but you needed to... They didn't learn from Halo 5. They did the exact same thing for Halo Infinite, just on a smaller scale. I think you only had to read 3 books to understand how they got from Halo 5 to Halo Infinite. I only got a couple chapters in, because I was like, for a book about Halo that's like a very expansive universe and very interesting, this is really fucking boring.
I know no one wants that. I don't want to read a boring book or watch a boring show just so I can understand the next installment in your franchise, because then it just muddies the franchise if you're thinking, I associate boredom with this franchise. Who wants that?
Sorry, just to go back to the book once again. The thing is, it's not even like it. Obviously, it's in the Halo universe, like 500 years in the future, but it still references stuff now, which I feel is kind of lazy. Like, it was talking about one of the Spartans and one of the before a mission, and they said, oh, they were listening to 21st century, early 21st century rock music, and I'm like, did it have to be that? Could it not have been something a bit more, in its own universe, if you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like a cop-out. It's like, oh yeah, you know what this is, so it's painting a easy picture for you, when it's like, you could do something a bit more interesting with this IP, with this universe. You could have them listening to music from now and kind of expand the universe by going
what music are they listening to in when is it set?
Exactly.
23 something?
25 something. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
25 something.
Yeah, exactly. Like, paint more of a picture. That'd be interesting, but
It's lazy writing. It's lazy writing. Because it's just slot, because they go, we'll put a Halo logo on it, write some bare minimum shite, and then go, you'll buy it, won't you? Or more accurately, it's for parents and grandparents who go, what does little Timmy like? Oh, he likes Halo. I'll buy him a Halo book, so maybe he'll read.
yeah, exactly.
And that's how they make money off of it.
I mean, to be
It's like, have you seen that advert of that freaking AI like puppy dog thing, with the jingle bells playing,
yeah.
where it's like, buy this robot dog. I hate that advert with a passion.
My God,
and it is deliberately designed because everyone can see it's AI, apart from Grandma, who would go, "Oh my God, that's amazing! I'll buy that for little Timmy," who then gets 70 quid of her cash taken away.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, every time I see that ad, I always report it, always block it, and then the next fucking ad I get is the exact same advert.
I know, everyone's reporting because they keep changing the IP and putting money on it.
Yeah, exactly.
They must have hacked YouTube or something.
No, I don't think it's like... No, here's the thing. It's absolutely not like hacking YouTube or anything. It's just that because YouTube is getting money from advertisers, they tend to overlook things. Like how you get these like shitty mobile game adverts for... Oh, shit. Yeah, these terrible mobile game adverts that are like, oh yeah, here's this cool anime game. Here is uncensored anime porn. And people go, oh, this is disgusting. I'm going to block it and report it. YouTube won't do anything like kind of drastic about it because they'll be unless it's like actually something criminal or like someone actually advertising gore or something like that. They're not going to do anything because they're getting money from it. And they will only do it if they're called out about it enough by big enough people where other people will will hear about it and go, oh, this is terrible.
Yeah. I know, it's bollocks. It's absolute bollocks that is the situation we're in.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, I think we should wrap this up because we've been talking for nearly 2 hours and I'm starving.
Oh, spoilers.
How do we end this?
End it by saying your favourite Family Guy funny moment.
It's clearly Family Guy compilation funny haha number 69, where Peter says the horse is here.
Peter, the horse is here.
And then he falls down the stairs and does the swearing.
Oh, fair enough. Remember, it's in brackets, it's absolutely not for snowflakes.
Oh, of course, yes. Family Guy dark / edgy humour compilation, not for snowflakes. It's just a picture of Herbert and Peter with freaking the guy from Friday Night Funkin', even though that never happened in the show.
Yeah, you have to get the attention of all the little kids. You know, of course, Herbert knows all about that, but... Okay, all right.
Right.
I will
Your favourite Family Guy moment?
Sorry?
We got to do your Family Guy moment now.
Ooh. That's a tricky one. I feel like I'm quite put on the spot here. Like I've got like fucking half of all the episodes of Family Guy under my belt at the moment. Oh yeah. I fucked your dad.
Hey. I fucked your dad.
Yeah.
They built up an entire episode just to say I fucked your dad. Okay.
I've been Roy Lacoaster.
Yeah. I've been
That's
Alcoholics
been
Unanimous.
Alcoholics Unanimous. This is the Nothing of Value podcast.
Get the fuck off
Novs.
my show.
We're the Novs. That's what we are. We're the Novs.
Yeah.
It's our show now, bitch.
Fuck off, get off my show. Or I'll kiss you.
Never. Oh, shit.
Lint and steel, check and jockey. I am Steve from motherfucking Minecraft.